barber I got here. I was thinking today about videos I should do. One video I will be doing either tomorrow or tonight. The greatest year in the UFC's history, meaning the best year as far as pay-per-view buys, the best years as far as media attention, as far as mainstream fans, the best year as far as fights, DVD sales, all that crap. So I'll either do that tonight or tomorrow. I will be doing a video as of right now, as you can see by the title, the greatest upset in UFC history. There's many upsets you can go through, many upsets you can think of. You can go, that's the biggest upset. The reason I picked this upset was because of it was the biggest fight of that year. I believe it was biggest fight of that year, with the biggest star, and probably arguably the second biggest star at that time. It was a big event, great co-main event, great prelims, great main card. It was a good year all around up to that fight, even though it was early in the year. The rest of the year was phenomenal. And to me, the greatest upset of all time was Nate Diaz, Conor McGregor 1, UFC 96. A little build up to that fight, a little background story. RDA, Rafael dos Anjos, was supposed to face Conor for the lightweight title. Conor was featherweight champion at the time. RDA was the lightweight champion at the time, and they were supposed to fight each other for that lightweight title. RDA got injured, pulled out. I think it was 11 days notice, 14 days notice. UFC called Nate, said, "Hey, do you want to fight Conor?" UFC 196. Nate obviously said yes. Nate was vacationing somewhere. Didn't even have a training camp. And he stepped in to fight Conor McGregor, and at that time, Conor McGregor was slowly building up to what he is now. Conor looked unbeatable. He just came off the victory against Jose Aldo at UFC 194, that 13-second beautiful knockout. So he had all this momentum. He had that world tour prior to UFC 194, so he was just riding high. And then obviously, like I said, he's blown up to where he is now. But he slowly was getting there, and it was that loss to Nate that really put him over. That really put him over the top, and to get that rematch going. And now he's on another level right now. What was I gonna say? Conor, look, like I said, he looked unbeatable. The build up to that fight was really good, even though it was a very short period of time. They had a press conference, Conor and Nate. And it was the first time that we saw Conor get flustered. First time we saw Conor opponent in the conferences getting the best of Conor. Because up to that point, you saw Conor in the world tour, and Conor was just murking Aldo. He won every exchange with Aldo. He took Aldo's belt. The crowd went nuts. And I think it was in Ireland at that time. He got inside Aldo's head. He got inside Chad Mendez's head. Every opponent he was going to face, he beat them psychologically. He won, he won the mind control until Nate Diaz. I remember the press conference. Nate was like, "Fuck your belt, fuck this division, fuck your belt, fuck the UFC." It was fucking hilarious, and Conor was rattled, and you could tell that obviously Nate's a badass. He's not gonna back down, just like his brother. And he wasn't faced, and you saw Conor lose in exchange. You saw Conor being a little frustrated. That's one of the reasons why I'm putting this as the biggest upset, because of the build-up prior to the fight. Conor looked unbeatable. Nate, everyone's counting Nate out. Not many people knew Nate at that time, and then when he won, he blew up, obviously. A lot of people were counting out Nate, a lot of people were counting out Conor. But like I said, Conor looked unbeatable coming into that fight. First round, Conor was cracking Nate. He knocked Nate down. Nate's got a bloody face. He's winning all the exchanges. It looks like the Conor show. Conor's gonna beat this guy. He's gonna murk him. He's going into the second round. Conor's gonna beat him, and that's that. Conor's on top. He's top of the world. And you saw a switch. You saw Nate warm up. You saw Nate starting to get his groove. He's taken a couple shots, and now he's ready to go. And you saw Conor get tired, and Nate just pushed on the gas, showed his world-class technique, his world-class fighter mentality, and destroyed Conor. Knocked Conor down. Conor goes in shoots for a single. It was a tired single. It was a desperation, exhausted single. Nate jumps on his back, submits him. End of story. Greatest UFC upset of all time. Just for the fact of where Conor was at that time, of being this featherweight champ. This guy who's talked all this shit, who called that knockout to a T, exactly what he was going to do, although he called it. He was the Mystic Mac. He called every fight, and we thought he was just going to go in there, throw Nate Diaz around. Nate Diaz at that time was always just a contender, even though he fought Ben Henderson for the lightweight title when Henderson was in the division. We always thought Nate, at that time, everyone thought Nate was just another guy in the division, and he was just going to be a stepping stone for Conor McGregor. And we saw just this war, and those 2 rounds was a war. You can hear the crowd. The reason why I want to put this up the list as well is because you heard the crowd. The crowd was going ape shit when Conor was beating Nate, and then they were going ape shit when Nate finally beat Conor. And then Joe Rogan, his commentary was to the T as well. You could hear him, he's stopping. It was beautiful. He's rocked. It was phenomenal. Obviously, the card was amazing as well. We had another upset of Holly Holm, Miesha Tate. Holly Holm destroyed Miesha Tate for 4 rounds. Then all of a sudden, Miesha Tate knocked in the choke. Rear naked, fight's over. Amazing event. Amazing main event. Biggest upset in UFC history. Honorable mentions, Matt Serra knocking out my boy George St. Pierre. Joe Lozon knocking out Jens Pulver in his debut, which is absolutely incredible. I think it was UFC 63. But yeah, Nate Diaz, Conor McGregor. The reason why also it's the biggest upset of all time because it led to the greatest rematch of all time, and at that time of 202, the biggest pay-per-view of all time, the biggest fight of all time. So that's why that's the greatest UFC upset of all time. Because say the Matt Serra, George St. Pierre upset, it led to UFC 83. That knockout was at UFC 69. Matt Serra knocking out George St. Pierre was UFC 69, and that led to St. Pierre fighting Serra at UFC 83 after beating Koscheck. I think I might have my timelines mixed up. UFC 67, I think it was. I got my timelines mixed up, but anyway, Serra knocking out George St. Pierre led to UFC 83 in Montreal. St. Pierre beating Serra in the second round for the welterweight title. That was a big event for the UFC at the time, first time in Montreal, but it wasn't compared to 202, which is the rematch of Conor and Nate. Also, like I said, with Conor being the big star that he was, the Mystic Mac that he was, Nate being, the relatively unknown, the badass Stockton guy who everyone thought was just a contender. Everything led up to that fight was perfect. It was beautiful. Every lead up to the rematch was beautiful and perfect. But bar none, the greatest UFC upset of all time. It's the most recent. It's the most current. It's the most talked about. Yeah, I think that's the greatest rematch of all time. If you disagree, let me know what you think the greatest upset of all time is. If you agree, say you agree. I don't know. But yeah, Nate Diaz, Conor McGregor, greatest upset of all time. I personally thought, as much as I love Nate, I was like, okay, I don't know, but I did call for Nate. Part of me was worried though. Part of me was like, I might be wrong. But I did call for Nate to win that fight. I was worried. He pulled it off. And then I still count out Conor. I counted him out against although I counted him out against Nate, I counted him out against Nate the second time. I counted him out against Alvarez. I don't count him out for Mayweather. I think he's got a good chance early in the rounds. That's what a lot of the experts are saying. But yeah, I got no way to end this video but other than Nate Diaz, Conor McGregor, greatest UFC upset of all time, and we may see a new upset. Maybe in a couple years we'll see another upset. I don't know. Maybe we'll see Rose knocking out JJ, and that'll be the biggest upset of all time. Maybe we'll see what's a big fight coming up. I don't know. Maybe we'll see Megan Anderson knocking out Cyborg, and that'll be the greatest upset of all time. I don't know. But as of right now, August 12th, August 11th? What's today's date? 12th? August 12th, 2017. The greatest UFC knockout of all time. Conor McGregor, Nate Diaz. If you disagree, let me know what you think the greatest upset of all time is, and we'll go from there. Thank you.